Hi, I'm Sharon Johnson, and I'm pleased to be sitting here in lovely Palm Desert at the home of Hal Williams. He is going to be on the couch with me for a few minutes, just revealing some things about himself that we might not know. So I'm very, very happy to be sitting here. Mr. Williams, please come to my couch.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm great, great, great. I'm glad to be here.
Pleasure to have you.
Yes, so,
I don't have many people here. I want you to know that. So
yeah, I noticed a little
the go away sign.
yeah, the go away sign, people, so we understand when we don't see him what he's doing. But I've known you for 18 years,
Yeah.
and I think the public has known you
42.
almost 5 decades of,
Mhm.
of acting. I think a lot of people know you from 227.
Mm-hmm.
Probably people who are my age and older know you from Sanford and Son.
Yeah. That was my beginning, really. Sanford.
Was that your first job?
I was close to my first job.
Okay.
I was on That Girl and Dan August before I could finally get a break on Sanford. Sanford's the most well-known role that I started out with. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. So, tell me, over 5 decades, what has changed in television? What has stayed the same?
What has changed in a positive way has been that we have more qualified black technicians, directors, makeup folks across the board. It used to be it was like a closed shop, families, passed on these positions down
Mm-hmm.
through the generations. But we now have expertise in every area of entertainment. So that's a positive improvement. Nothing else has changed in terms of control and being in decision-making positions where we can make things happen in a positive way that reflect the black experience.
So how has that affected how you go out for roles, or
Well,
has it affected?
I'm kind of a maverick in a lot of ways because in the beginning, like everybody, I was anxious to make my mark, get a job, move on up the ladder, do whatever I had to do. I tried to find out what do I have to do in terms of making some money, what I have to do to improve my craft and all of that. And when I learned that, but I also learned that every time you think you got it nailed down, they change the rules.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm in a position, thank the good Lord, that I can pick and choose what I go out for. There's certain things, I've never done a role that I've been ashamed of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't intend to. So I have never done a role based on money.
Mm-hmm.
I have never done a role that somebody could question my decision for doing that role. So I'm pretty proud of that. What that has done, that has limited a lot of progress that I could have made, a lot of contacts that I could have made, because there were principles that I would not give up just to be successful. And I'm that way today. I could be much further along. I've had a good living, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that I could have done differently, and I would have been right up there with Frank Sinatra and everybody else, Sidney and all of them. There's certain things I would not compromise my principles to do, and I never wanted my children to be ashamed of me. So, and there's certain things that as a man, when I get up in the morning and look in the mirror, I don't want to look there and frown and say, what did I do? My private life has been basically private. I do very little activity in Hollywood or entertainment outside of working.
Right.
If it doesn't involve work, then that's it for me.
It's interesting because Cicely Tyson said the same thing, that there was a period in her career that seemed dead, so to speak, because she didn't want to take certain roles.
Right.
But it's interesting that the longevity has remained constant. There's people who might be huge stars for a minute, and you never hear from them again.
This is true.
But there's certain names that it's interesting to walk down the street with you. People of all ages have seen you, thanks to syndication, where people can see you over and over again. So I think that is what eventually, certainly what I look for in a career. And so I would say that even though the decisions might have been challenging, difficult, and get on other people's nerves or what have you.
Well, that's
We won't even
okay.
talk about agents and all that.
No,
stuff.
because that was another thing I was going to mention. I was never on the A list. I never had A management, A representation. It's always been middle agents or smaller agents. And combined with my work ethic when I went to work, my degree of professionalism that I insist on having, even in good circumstances, I maintain professionalism when people are laughing at me about it, you know.
Okay.
That's just the way I was trained, and that's the way I want to be. I don't want anybody to question my work ethic. You know, when he doesn't know what he's doing, he didn't properly prepare enough. That's important to me. That's more important to me than mine. It really is. When I go to work, it is. Because I'm going to do it the right way and the way it should be done. I don't care if the producers don't care. I'm going to do it that way because that's the way it's supposed to be done.
Okay, you heard that. Okay, this man is an independent thinker, a maverick. You're about to head down to North Carolina
Yes.
to the National Black Theater Festival.
Yes.
Now, you've always loved theater and you continue to do theater. What is it about theater that you still find so attractive and engaging?
Theater, for any properly trained actor, is the training and proving ground for expertise and for developing your craft and your instrument. I do theater almost for free because there's no feeling like the feeling you have when you're out there alone with the audience. Nobody can say cut, stop, tape.
That's right.
None of that stuff. When you're out there, that's you.
Right.
And you know when you're doing right because there's electricity, there's a telepathy between you and the audience that nobody can do anything about. You're out there and you get the feedback. If it's wrong, they'll let you know it's wrong. If it's good, they'll let you know it's good. And if it's very good, they'll really let you know that too. And if they're being entertained, whether it's serious drama or comedy or whatever, you know, the audience is the key, and there's no feeling like it.
Now, is that why you've gone to the National Black Theater Festival every year, pretty much?
Yeah, every other year they have an episode. I started going in 1997.
Okay. And so is that why you keep going back to that particular festival?
Because it's the only festival of its kind that Larry Leon Hamlin created. I think that was fabulous. Unfortunately, we lost him 3 years ago. But it's the only festival of its kind. It's not like going to a film festival. I mean, you're seeing live theater there. You're interacting with the people before they get on stage, after they get on stage, day to day for 8 days. You're seeing all kinds of work from all across the country and outside the country. It's just a total live experience, you know. So that's the key for it for me. That's the attraction. They've fallen on hard times because of Mr. Hamlin's demise, and they've lost a lot of their sponsors. But you know, they asked me would I pay my own way for the airline. They put me up in a hotel, and I'm going to urge people, and I've been doing it. I'm a thorn in the side so people come and say, look, we've enjoyed the generosity of this man. Out of respect to for his memory and his vision, you need to support this thing. You cannot let this die. So, you know, I'm always stumping for something. I get in trouble.
Speaking of support, you do a lot of philanthropic work. As you said, you support things even if you have to pay your own way. You encourage other people to do that. A lot of people don't know about a lot of the things that you do. Can you tell us a little bit about the scholarship program you have at CSUN, or that you funded over the years at CSUN?
Yeah.
That's Cal State University at Northridge.
Well, it started, my son Mark was a student in filmmaking and theater arts and dance at Pittsburgh College. And he wanted to come live with me and change to Cal State LA. And reluctantly I gave in to let him do that. Unfortunately, we lost Mark on a hiking trip during spring break in 1977. He was caught in a snowstorm and died of hypothermia. So I developed the Mark K. Williams Memorial Scholarship Fund for aspiring black students, junior year students, who had a good grade level and were interested in improving and needed help in reaching their goals. So we started that, and the best thing about it, I've had, I would say, 10 students from years back that I've run into in the industry in makeup, hair,
wow,
camera, you know, and I started out, when we started out, we were very small. I gave them maybe $500 scholarship. Now they're working people in the union, everything, and that is very rewarding to me, and the fact that we've been able to